They have a much faster vehicle, but I have the jump on them. I caught them going the wrong way, so I'll split the two greenhouses and go up the hill and hopefully take a better route as well. Let's see what happens here. Here's another example of a wrong way driver. I'm sitting on the perimeter of the arena on the pyramid strip, and here comes this Hoonigan Group A level 9 flying toward me. Here's another example of the wrong way driver. As you can see, I'm sitting outside of where the final arena will be, and I'm in this Jeep Trackhawk that is a slower level 9, and here comes this Mercedes AMG 1, and they wind up rage quitting. So I wound up taking this Mercedes-Benz AMG 1, wound up going on to win this game.
Arena shrinking.
I'm parked, standing still, and my car on the mini map goes opaque, which means I'm not visible to the other drivers. Someone's going to come along trying to find a higher level drop. It's later in the game, and I'll catch them in a head-to-head and level up. You have to use some patience with this. As you can see, I'm sitting here quite some time, and now I can see some vehicles on the mini map heading this direction, so I'll head over. And this was a higher level drop than where I was next to anyway, so they're going for that. I catch them, and I'll be able to level up. the moving car drop sniper. With this, you're visible on the mini-map, unlike the car drop sniper where you park and your vehicle goes opaque on the mini-map, where you wouldn't be visible on the mini-map. But this just happens to be, I am heading back towards where the next arena is, and this vehicle is heading over towards this drop, and I catch them heading the wrong direction. Car drop sniper. Gotcha. I'm heading away from where all the head-to-heads are taking place, and usually you'll find lower level vehicles that are looking for drops, and as you can see, that's what's taking place. There's someone up here heading towards this drop. I'll circle back around and catch them before they get to the drop, and I am now the moving car drop sniper. Here's an example of just finished head-to-head. We actually both just finished head-to-heads. I'm staying here. I can see them wanting to head and get the jump on me. I go backward. They wind up making a fatal error of going backwards, so I'll have the momentum and go on to level up to a level 10. I wound up going on to win this game. This is a very effective way to win head-to-heads, not necessarily even in this area, just other areas where people are finishing head-to-heads. Catch them as they're changing vehicles, or they're paused or heading backward like they were here. I'm parked on the perimeter and my vehicle goes opaque on the mini-map, which means I'm not visible to the other drivers, and this is the Perimeter Predator. Here comes this vehicle going up the hill, so I'll wind up engaging in a head-to-head. I'll have the motion heading toward them, and away we go. Always look around at drops as you're finishing head-to-heads. These two vehicles, why one of them didn't take this drop, I don't know, but away they go, and I'll wind up taking this Pro 2 truck, level 8. Here's another example of the perimeter predator. I find that if you go outside of where the next arena will be, you'll find lower level vehicles looking for drops. I am heading back into where the next arena will be, across this bridge here, and I wind up catching this mini buggy heading the wrong direction, and I'll be able to level up. Here's another example of the perimeter predator. Go down this dirt road. It's kind of near the pyramids that are near the waterfalls, and here's actually a faster vehicle in front of me. They wind up going backward, and I wind up waiting for them to come back, and when they make that move, then I'll go toward them, have the momentum, and wind up taking their faster vehicle.
Arena shrinking.
Here's another example of the perimeter predator. Again, I find you're going to find lower level vehicles that are away from where all the head-to-heads are taking place, and in those locations there's going to be higher level vehicles. So if you want to engage in a lot of head-to-heads and challenge yourself, that's where you want to be. But if you want better odds at winning in head-to-heads, which I go on to level up here, I won't show the whole thing, this is a good way to do that. Here's an example of the lead away. I actually just finished a head-to-head and leveled up into this vehicle, and they started following me, so I lead them away, circle back around on them, and then head the direction the head-to-head is going to be, and I wound up going to level up to a level 7 after this. Here's another example of the lead away. So you can see them behind me, so I start heading west, and you can see the edge of the perimeter come into view. I circle back around on them, they follow me, I led them away. Now I'll go on to level up to a level 8. As you can see, I just found this Debirti F-150 in the pyramids, and I kind of see this car just finishing head-to-head, but then here's this vehicle that is kind of snooping around. So I'm using caution. I'm not sure what level they are. I can see now that they are in a level 4, and so I'm just going to sit here. I'm not taking the bait. They're trying to lead me. I wait till they come backwards, so I'll have the momentum. I led them away, and now I'll get into a head-to-head, and I went on to level up to a level 6 here. Here's a good example of use your map, know the route. So I see the finish point pop up, and I start straight lining it as my opponent is, and I realize, you know what, this could be on the suspension bridge. I open up the map, and sure enough, I probably could have taken a shorter route over there on the left, but it's a clearer route going to the right, so they go off into the forest and the hills, and I'll wind up going over, as you can tell, to this point where the highway starts going through the tunnels in the suspension bridge.
Arena shrinking.
You can see them trying to go up the hill, trying to get on the bridge at a point where there's a bunch of boulders and rocks and you can't get on the bridge there. So they didn't look at the map, they just straight lined it, and I'll wind up leveling up to a level 5, which is what they are. So this I call outside the next arena. You can see the dotted line that's directing me to go where the next arena will be. And most likely there's going to be a low-level vehicle here looking at these drops, trying to get into a higher level drop. It looks like, let's see, I'm about halfway through this game. There's 21 drivers left, and everybody else is engaging in head-to-heads. And here's this vehicle roaming around looking at drops. So I'm just gonna hang out here. They wind up coming back toward me, and they should have taken this RS6 anyway. That's one of the faster vehicles in this game, even though it's a level 2, and they're in a level 4 Audi S1. When I go on to level up to a level 9. This, I think, is the most effective way to find lower level vehicles, pawns in this perimeter search. It's actually outside the perimeter, outside the arena or the next arena, and I'll search, and in this case I see a vehicle going into the stadium. I follow them, and they wind up being 2 levels lower, a DeBerti F-150. At first they start to run, and I run into this fence and pause. I wait for them to start going backwards, and I engage in a head-to-head, and I'll go on to level up to a level 8 here. These are all effective ways to win head-to-heads. This particular one I find probably the most effective at leveling up. And then now that I'm back in the area where everybody is in head-to-heads and those are finishing, I may go to one of the previous ways of engaging in head-to-heads, like go to the perimeter and catch somebody finishing a head-to-head, or that is just sitting there and catching them, which is what I wind up doing in this. I wind up going on to win this game by that. But anyway, I hope this helps you win more head-to-heads and in turn win more Eliminator games. Good luck to you. Subscribe, please. Just click the link on the bottom right.